Opening hook, the descent begins. The ocean looks calm from above. Sunlight dances on the surface, waves roll gently, and everything feels familiar, almost safe. But that feeling is an illusion, because below this thin, shining skin lies a world that has never belonged to us. A world without sunlight, without warmth, without mercy. A world where pressure can crush steel, where time moves differently, where evolution experiments in silence. And somewhere down there, far below the reach of divers, submarines, and most human curiosity, something waits. It doesn't chase ships. It doesn't attack beaches. It doesn't need to, because it lives where almost nothing else can. Its face looks unfinished. Its teeth don't stay in its mouth. Its body seems built for a reality that feels wrong. This is not a monster from mythology. This is not science fiction. This is real. And nothing about it is normal. But to understand why, we have to go down, much farther down. Chapter 1. Entering the Twilight Zone. At about 200 meters beneath the surface, sunlight begins to fade. Colors disappear first. Red vanishes, then orange, then yellow, until eventually even blue gives up. This region is called the Twilight Zone, not because it's beautiful, but because it's uncertain. Here, day and night blur together. Shadows stretch endlessly, and shapes appear, then vanish. Most life here survives by breaking rules. Fish grow larger eyes to steal what little light remains. Some glow faintly, producing their own pale illumination. Others learn to disappear completely, but even this zone is still too bright, too loud, too crowded for the creature we're searching for. So we keep descending. Chapter 2. Where pressure rewrites life. At 1,000 meters, the ocean changes completely. This is the midnight zone. No sunlight reaches here. Not a single photon. The pressure is more than 100 times stronger than at the surface. Enough to collapse lungs instantly, shatter bones, and crush unprotected machines. Temperatures hover just above freezing. Food is scarce. Movement is slow. Life here is not fast. It is not aggressive. It is patient, and patience down here is everything. This is where evolution stops optimizing for speed and starts optimizing for survival. Bodies become soft to withstand pressure. Metabolism slows to conserve energy. Eyes shrink or disappear entirely, and predators no longer chase. They wait. This is the environment that shaped the Goblin shark, but even here it stands apart. Chapter 3. An ancient lineage. The Goblin shark is not new. In fact, it may be one of the oldest living shark lineages on Earth. Its ancestors swam the oceans over 100 million years ago, when dinosaurs still ruled the land. While most sharks evolved into sleeker, faster hunters, the Goblin shark barely changed. Its body plan remained strange. Its hunting style, primitive. Its appearance, unsettling. Scientists often call it a living fossil, not because it stopped evolving, but because it evolved perfectly for a world that never needed to change. While the surface ocean transformed with coral reefs, fast fish, and complex ecosystems, the deep sea stayed brutal, dark, and unforgiving, and the Goblin shark belonged to that darkness. Chapter 4. A face that shouldn't exist. The first thing people notice about the Goblin shark is its face, or rather, the lack of one. Its snout is long, flattened, and blade-like, lined with tiny sensory pores. Its skin is pale pink, almost translucent, because blood vessels sit close to the surface. And its mouth looks broken. The jaws hang loose, disconnected from the skull like something unfinished. But this isn't a mistake, it's a weapon. Chapter 5. The jaw that shoots forward. Most sharks bite. The Goblin shark launches its mouth. When prey drifts close, often without realizing danger is nearby, the Goblin shark's jaws shoot forward at terrifying speed. Not a snap, a slingshot. Elastic ligaments store energy like stretched rubber bands, then release it all at once. The jaws can extend several inches beyond the head, grabbing prey before it can react. In the darkness, where vision is useless, speed at close range matters more than pursuit. This feeding method is so unusual that when scientists first saw it recorded, many thought the footage was fake. But this raises a disturbing question. What kind of environment demands a mouth like this? Chapter 6. Hunting without seeing down here, eyes are unreliable. Light doesn't travel far, movement is slow, and food appears rarely. So the goblin shark hunts in a different way. Its snout is covered in electroreceptors, tiny sensors that detect the faint electrical signals produced by living muscles. Every heartbeat, every twitch, every nerve impulse. Even in complete darkness, prey cannot hide. To the goblin shark, the ocean isn't black. It's alive with invisible signals. This adaptation turns the deep sea into a map of electrical whispers. But scientists still don't know Nothing about the goblin shark is normal. Here's why, part 2. Beyond the known depths. Recap bridge, seamless continuation. In the darkness below the surface, we met a creature shaped by pressure, silence, and time. A shark with a face that feels unfinished. A jaw that shoots forward like a living trap. A hunter that doesn't chase but waits. But understanding how the goblin shark survives is only the beginning. Because the deeper question isn't what it is, it's why it exists at all. To answer that, we have to go further. Into depths where even submarines hesitate. Where evolution becomes something else entirely. Chapter 13. Descending below the midnight zone. Below 3,000 meters, the ocean becomes hostile even to machines. This is the abyssal plain, a vast, flat desert stretching across more of Earth than all continents combined. No sunlight, near freezing temperatures, pressure strong enough to implode steel hulls. Food here does not grow. It falls. Dead plankton, whale carcasses, fragments of life drifting down like snow. This is known as marine snow, the slow rain of death that feeds the deep. The goblin shark lives near this boundary, not at the very bottom, but close enough to feel its influence. And here, patience becomes the most valuable trait of all. Chapter 14. A world without chases on land, predators pursue. In shallow oceans, sharks sprint. But in the deep sea, chasing prey is a mistake. Energy is currency. Waste it and you starve. So deep-sea predators evolve differently. They become ambush specialists, motionless observers, living traps. The goblin shark's entire anatomy reflects this rule. Its soft muscles reduce energy use. Its loose fins allow neutral buoyancy. Its jaw strike lasts less than a second but costs almost nothing. This isn't inefficiency. It's perfection for a world where survival is measured in years between meals. But this raises a larger question. How many creatures like this exist that we've never seen? Chapter 15. Why we rarely see them. Humans explore vertically very poorly. We are creatures of surfaces. The deepest human dive barely scratched the ocean's skin. Most deep-sea footage comes from brief visits. Lights on, engines humming, disturbing everything nearby. Creatures adapted to darkness avoid us instinctively. The goblin shark doesn't flee because it's aggressive. It flees because we are unnatural, bright, loud, violent to the senses, which means every time we see one, we're not observing normal behavior. We're witnessing a reaction. This makes the goblin shark even more mysterious. We don't know what it does when no one is watching. Chapter 16. A sense we can't feel. The goblin shark's snout is filled with sensory pores called ampullae. These detect electrical signals, the faint bioelectric hum produced by living tissue. To us, the deep sea is empty. To the goblin shark, it's alive with invisible movement. Every heartbeat glows. Every muscle twitch leaves a trail. In complete darkness, prey cannot hide. But scientists still don't know how the shark's brain interprets this information, whether it forms a mental map, or how accurate this sense truly is. This form of perception may be closer to radar than vision. A reminder that reality looks very different depending on who is observing it. Chapter 17. Time moves differently down here in the deep sea. Life is slow. Growth is slow. Healing is slow. Reproduction is slow. Some deep-sea animals reach maturity in decades. Others may live for centuries. The goblin shark's lifespan is unknown. No one has ever observed one from birth to death. This means we don't know how long they live, how often they reproduce. How fragile their population truly is if goblin sharks disappear. We may not notice for decades. Chapter 18. Evolution without beauty. Human aesthetics evolved for survival. We like symmetry, familiar shapes, predictable movement. The goblin shark violates all of it. Its face looks collapsed. Its mouth protrudes unnaturally. Its body seems unfinished. But evolution doesn't design for beauty, it designs for function under pressure. And the deeper you go, the less familiar that function becomes. The goblin shark looks alien because its environment is alien to us. Chapter 19. The deep sea as a time capsule. The deep ocean changes slowly. No storms, no seasons, no sunlight cycles. Some deep-sea species may be millions of years old, genetically speaking. The goblin shark may resemble ancient sharks not because it failed to evolve, but because it never needed to. While surface life adapted to chaos, deep-sea life adapted to consistency. Darkness, pressure, silence. This makes the deep ocean one of Earth's last true wildernesses. Chapter 20. What happens when humans reach too deep? Deep sea mining, noise pollution, climate-driven temperature shifts. These changes travel downward, slowly but inevitably. We don't yet know how creatures like the goblin shark will respond. Their world has been stable for millions.